Hey guys, welcome. Come on in to the studio. We're back here finishing up the project. It's been a couple of days, feels like forever, weeks actually, but a couple of days working on this project. I finished up the soldering last time in the last video, and I actually washed it already just to get rid of the flux. That was where we left off. Right now I need to put the framing, I guess the channels, the U channels around the piece, and I've got two options what I wanted to do. So instead of leaving it bare as the solder, these birds are making me listen to them instead of my own thoughts. It's quite nice to have some birds singing outside, right? But instead of leaving it bare with the solder, the silver solder, sometimes you have you can do it. You can just leave it like this, try to finish up the edges a little bit better, fill it in, and then put the hoops, the jump rings on there, and you can just finish it up and hang it as is. For this project though, I would like to wrap it with the lead cane. So two options. I got one here. This is hobby cane. Hobby cane is the thinnest lead wrap that you can find. It's essentially a U channel, but a very thin one. And so it'll look something like this, where it slots right into it. And this one is, I have the longest one here is too short to wrap, so I'll have to cut. I actually found another one. Luckily I can add this one to it, so that's not a problem. I thought there was going to be an issue there, but so that is what you think it would kind of look like. You can kind of see that. I quite like this actually. The size of the hobby cane blends really nice into the solder lines here, how thick these lines are with the edge here. If you can have a good look at it. I'm going to swap it out for another one. You guys can take a look and see the difference here. So this is the hobby cane, lead cane, and we've got this lead U channel. It is a flat edge, so we call that a flat U cane, and I believe this is about a quarter inch in size. They all come in various different depths, widths, and also I said it was the flat. You can get them in the round, and that'll have a special look, a different look to this. I don't have the round with me. This is what I have here, so basically two choices. But with this here, there's also a little bit more work where I believe I'm going to have to flatten out a little bit more of the edges, so these the channel here can slip right in and it doesn't bulge out and have this visible kind of a bulb lip or something here, but it would round out better if I soldered clean up the edges a little bit more. But as you can see, this looks a little bit beefier, a little bit heavy duty, more tough looking. It is very prominent in the wrap here, so you can see that really contrasting, I think, the overall feel. So you could go that route. This is another style to the project, and you can from the beginning you can choose the size of your copper foil. You can do it thinner like what I have. You can even go thinner, and that will create smaller solder lines. It will, however, be harder to wrap your glass pieces just because they won't line up as easily. You can also go thicker with the copper foil, and then when you solder, your solder lines will be a little thicker as well. So variations in that, and then now we have the lead cane. So for this one, I feel, I tried it out, I looked at it, and I thought, maybe it is a little bit too thick to my liking, and so I'm gonna go with the other one, and maybe this is left for something else. I'm not sure, a different project, but I feel like we should go with the hobby cane. I think it looks really nice, and it hides it, like it, and already there's not much work left to do here. I almost don't have to, I think there are some spots that we're gonna have to clean up to make it wrapped perfectly here so there's no gaps. And so yeah, I think that just looks like a part of the entire piece. It just flows really well. I don't know, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. So let's get going on this. We're going to be doing the cleaning up. I'm going to try to fill in more of the edges here with the solder, and there were some gaps here, so I'll try to fill that in, and we'll play around with the fitment. Once I do that, we'll get the wrap of the hobby cane, solder that in, and next, after that, we will do the patina. I wanted to do the black patina, so I'm going to go with it, and you guys can see how the black patina works with this. I'm also excited to try it again just because it's been a while since I've tried to do some patina, I think. So that's about it. And then at the end, or however long this goes, I'm going to try to work through this quite quickly, actually, and try to get it all in this video. So we've got an hour and a half. I hope we can make this happen, and maybe we can do some comments at the end as well. So let's get going on this. I need the soldering iron here. Just going to be touching up, got a roll of solder here. Really adding the missing solder that I feel could be added right here on top of the wheel. Oh, it's still coming up to temperature here. Again, 410 Celsius for the setting, and as this heats up, it stays solid in the color, and then once it heats up, it will blink. So there we go. So however long that took, about 30 seconds, 40 seconds or so. So once it starts blinking, it's up to temperature. All right, melt a little bit of solder there. So I cleaned this off last time just to make sure that the flux didn't sit and stay on here. You don't want to leave flux overnight. It will somehow damage, get into the foil and everything, and by then you'll have a hard time of you might get some like molding and things that could ruin the solder in the end in the cleaning process. So I wanted to get rid of that. So it's been sitting here for a couple of days. Of course, everything always happens, and I can't continue this all the time, working on the project every day. My website that I have for Stained Glass DIY, the old website had some issues with emailing customers with the ones who have bought here, I gotta make sure I don't screw this up, but the people that have bought the kits and had some issues emailing them and capturing their emails, so I wasn't getting info, and then I couldn't email people updating their packages and stuff. So something that I had to fix, and I decided it was time to move and migrate to a new website. So I basically was taking a couple of days to finish up and move my old website to the new one. I am now going with Shopify. You guys are familiar with that. Shopify, they do websites, and I just like how easy everything is to set up, even though it does take a long time to put in the information and getting everything right. The look of the website feels nice. It's like a newer, it's I don't have any flux on here. No wonder it feels odd. Remember, we need the flux for the flow, to flow things, and then now it'll look, there we go, see, just kind of comes together much better. You need it. You need the flux. All right. So yeah, I have just been editing the website, trying to finish that up, get it launched, and as of right now, it is up. So you guys can check it out, see what it looks like. I think it should be fully updated right now, but stainedglassdiy.com, that's the website. So yeah, it looks good to what I want and stuff for the new feel and everything. And there's I'm trying to keep the website to a clean look, minimal information on there. So I still have to add, like the YouTube videos. I want to add some of that info in there so people can look at it and quickly be able to just pull up a tutorial video, to make a project, like say the honeycomb or something like that. So that still has to be added, but for now I think it's good. So I'm able to just step back here, get back and do this again. So yeah, that took a few days here. What else is going on? I don't know. I think that was it. Days move by really fast, and sometimes all I want to do is this, but I can't get back in the studio, and it has to just sit for these couple of days, and I feel bad because it's almost done. You guys are waiting. You're here for it, and I can't get it, so I'm happy to be back today. Okay, so we're getting this kind of filled in to make it, it just needed some more solder at the end here. You'll see where it's all the exact same spots where all these lines come together right on these tips. But it's working nicely now with the flux. Yeah, so those of you guys who don't know, if you don't know already, when I started doing stained glass, it was fully just trying to figure things out, and hey, I'm gonna do a YouTube channel and make that happen, and just put up whatever videos and things. And then it was getting out there, and people were liking the projects. People were appreciating the information that I was giving. So, I just kept doing that, and soon enough, it was you know, people asking like, hey, what do you use? What kinds, of course, like what kinds of tools? And I got to talk about it. Like, this is what I use. This is, you know, the cutters and everything else that you end up having to get to do a project like this, to do stained glass. So eventually, you know, it became a business, and it was now, instead of getting, you know, before how it worked was it would be like a link to Amazon where you would get a I guess a kickback percentage from sending people over to Amazon. So those are called affiliate links. And you guys might see that from, you know, going on to other people's YouTube pages or websites. And if you click on it, it goes to Amazon. And, you know, you're still paying the same price as what you would have done without that link. But what Amazon does is then gives me a percentage, and it varies from different items. And so each item, you know, it's very small, but you're hoping that there's going to be a lot more people that click on it and look at it. And so it went from that, you know, just trying to get the correct items and links and everything, so people know, like, okay, this is the exact thing that I'm using, the exact same solder, the exact same iron, cutter, right, everything, foil. And so then it just became obvious for me that I'm using the same items over and over, so I should put this together as a kit and have it be ready so the people that need it don't have to go one by one, make the purchase on Amazon, and then have the kits, you know. So that was the idea, and once that started, I started making the kits. And so then I needed a website to sell it, to have people go to it, right? And so then I had to get into that, make the website, and already, like, would be good to have information, everything that I do. My plan is to have, you know, I don't even have it up, but projects. So you can go into the website and you'll see the projects that you can do. And I would have a page on it, write it out, explain about it, maybe a video, link to it, and all that stuff. And that's supposed to be done a long time ago. I just haven't gotten to it. Sucks. But yeah, this is, okay, so let's pause a little bit. So this is looking good. I'm wrapping this up, trying to make sure that, you know, I filled in enough, as much as I can. And if it doesn't work, you can always, I'm going to fill in more on some of these spots, and I think that should be fine. It's looking like it all fits. It's looking round. That's what I want to make sure. I want to make sure that when you look at it, it's a perfect circle. And it should be, because the pieces are coming up together like that. So, all right, so now I think we're done with the soldering on the edges here. Fill that in nicely. Let's go ahead and clip and cut this solder piece here. We're going with this hobby cane. Here's my cutter. One thing to mention, I forget to mention, the cane, lead cane, all the cane that you use, you're supposed to stretch it out first. They are very soft and flimsy, and then what you do is you hook it up to a vise, a special clamp, and then you give it a stretch and just yank it with pliers, and then that'll stretch it out and it stiffens it up a little bit. And then you should, after that, then you can use it. Otherwise, it would sag a lot. I tried it with hobby cane before, and it's so thin. This thing doesn't really stretch, so screw it. We're not going to do it. I don't think it is necessary. It's so small. But with, you know, a lead piece like this, you'll stretch it out, and some other different channels, you'll have to stretch it out. So it's something to note and to know if you get to this stage. You want to make the piece with lead. You'll have to stretch that lead. All right, I'm wondering if I should just solder this right now, this one spot. Yeah, it wouldn't hurt, right? Okay, so I'm going with corners right here. This white, clear, I mean not white, the clear pieces are going down. That's the way I want it to run. And so we're gonna add some flux, solder. And, maybe we should have the other piece go in there first. Alright, well, too late now. Okay, just pressing it in. It's lining up really easy. Now from last time when I used this hobby came, I did it on one of the other pieces that I worked on. It was the Seed of Life, very similar to this, the smaller circle section of it. And it took the patina quite well. It was very dark and black, so hopefully this will give me the same results. Okay, we're going from that clear spot to this clear spot, and these are just the the snips. Just clip it off. Okay, let me take off a little bit more. Alright, so we're ready. Let's place this. Place this on down here. So yeah, I gotta not in a super rush or anything, but I feel like I want to just get all the stuff that we want to do today done, you know. Yeah, see that? Looking good, looking really nice. Okay, and then I'll solder a couple more spots so they hold, because right now it's like it's just loose right there. So we got that piece, and I need another longer section here. See, now we don't have this problem. Okay. I'm gonna see what we can do here. Add some flux to this. Maybe I have to get a clean cut right there, so they meet. Nice right there. Yeah. Okay. A little bit better. You also can't melt the You can't sit on this lead. The hobby came too long. Any lead, because lead will melt. All right, here we go. Just a little something to hold it. Okay, that's totally fine. Yeah? Okay. Yeah, because the lead will melt, and then you might have some issues of how it looks. Lining it up, cutting this off. Okay. Flatten this side out a little bit. Okay. Feeling pretty good. Looks like it's this guy. Okay, right finger. We're gonna have to. Now we're gonna have to fix that later. Okay, so we wrapped it. And then now I'm going to go over each side, kind of see how it fills in, where some of the pieces join together. That's where we're going to solder on to connect the cane to that spot. So let's say, let's do another spot right here. So I want to move quickly. We don't want to melt the lead cane. The solder's taking in going right into the channel there. So pass it over a few times. And then coming back, filling in the line, making it, beading it, giving the bead look. Okay. For this part, it's a little bit scary only because you can mess up and you can't really take it back. So if I melted it and I ruined the lead, I honestly don't know what I'm supposed to do afterwards, like what the next protocol is if that happens, where you've melted the lead and let's take a look. Looks fine. Looks fine. This is now connected to each other. Connected. These pieces are now connected to. I was saying these pieces are now connected to the hobby cane, and so we've got this great point spot right here where it's fully connected. And so, continuing on to all of those points then. And I will be doing the front and back, right? But I was saying that if became melted here, you'll see it, and it'll be a bad look. And I'm not sure how to fix that because it's now connected into one piece. The entire piece is fully, you know, we've attached it already. So I am just going by a little bit of luck, hoping that that doesn't happen to us. And we just have it all perfect soldering day. Of course, after doing this, we are going to have to clean. We have to clean the heck out of this too. Okay, looking pretty good right there. Flux. Clean it up again. And I think this time there's something that we can use. It is a hearing people do this method. They're using Mr. Clean scrub, actual Mr. Clean scrub like that you use to clean your kitchen with. That is being used to clean stained glass and getting really good results. So we will be doing that. I have some pads from earlier, some other projects. So nice. That looks good. When it flows in there, takes the solder well. Oh, so good. Feels like my skills are paying off. And you know, really, the iron is a big deal. So working with the correct, like this iron right here, kicks butt. So I feel good soldering away because I trust the iron. I know it's gonna do me good. I hope I didn't mess up the other side. Good. Okay. Getting a little bit into the fumes here. It's not so bad. This point right here doesn't feel it's too much. Need some flux. See, I keep forgetting to cut the brush. Just cut it right now. See how that would help. keep on saying I need to cut it. So let's cut it. Alright, you guys can see. Just cutting it right in half. Come on. What the hell? New brush right there. Okay. Okay. We just got that spot. Alright, next one. So quite a bit of soldering actually today. There's going to be cleaning. Cleaning after this. And we gotta clean the heck out of it, right? Get it prepped up. What else? Patina. The final patina stage would be I don't know if we need to worry about anything, but if we prep everything right, we wouldn't need to worry about it. It will look good. Like as dark as we want it to be. So I'm hopeful we'll get there. Yeah, we'll get there. Yeah. Nice brush now. A new brush like that. I'm not sure if we were talking about something. We were talking about a website, something like that. Yeah, I've so cool. I got the website up. That feels good too, because oh no, it's going on to the other side. It melted over to the other side. We're gonna have to. Well, I guess we will have to fill this in too. Anyways, on the other side, so I'll let that cool. Let that cool off, and we'll come back. We'll fix it. These gaps right here, taking in the solder, it's just there's not enough in there to begin with, so making up for it, you know. All right, I mean, this is connected, very nice. Let's go over on the other side. I'm gonna leave that side alone, that point alone right now. It's still warm. And when we come back to it, and by the time we get back to it, it'll be good. So yeah, learning how to do the website, getting all the information, the pictures, everything updated. I have a lot of ideas still on how to change the website or make it better. But for now, it'll do. I'm just gotta get it up there and get it launched. But yeah, it's pretty cool. And there's so many things to do in this business. I don't know if any of you out there have a business, a small business. Learning as you go kind of a thing. That's what I'm doing. And it takes a lot of time. I'm just one person doing this stuff, so yeah, it could get involved. Not to mention taxes, freaking taxes coming up. Gotta do that. That's never fun, so yeah. That's the next thing. After this project, I gotta do taxes. Can't do anything else. I gotta go through everything. Get that filed, you know? Food looks... Is it going through to the other side or something? It looks weird. No, but trying not to mess with that too much. It will go through to the other side, and then we have big problems. But all right, well, how did 30 minutes just go by already? Right? I actually kind of appreciate the camera shutting off now at every 30 minutes, because then we know exactly how long it's been recording. But then I have to keep looking up and know that I'm not talking to nothing and it's not recording, you know. All right. Getting closer. At this joint right here is where I will put the jump ring, the hanging hoop. So I would do that where we broke up the hobby came. So it'll look nice because it will be blended, and it'll look like, you know, it's just a part of this part of the jump ring hoop here. But really that's where the lead came, the hobby came together. So yeah, all right. I like not having to turn on the filter because it's loud, and having this quiet time, it's very peaceful. Sometimes if I have the garage door open, then I could hear a lot more of the stuff outside. Good and bad. You hear the birds, hear some of the, well, mostly just the birds. But then you'll hear people walking by or cars. So, not as pleasant. And also makes the recording a little bit noisy and distracted, you know. Okay. All right, this is the bad side. Kind of fell through, so take some of that solder. See, no big deal. Just melted it. Made it part of the piece right here. Got this last piece, hopefully, this last spot. We can call it done with the soldering. Come on. Bubbly here. Alright guys, this is looking very good. Whoa. Whoa. A lot of splats. Got a lot of flux in here. How many times I gotta do that? Oh, what the? Wow. Kept taking in the solder, so this part got flat. Uh-oh. And then it leaked out on the other side. Oh man. with this one here. Let's see. I'm trying to let that cool off while I find the Mr. Clean. What's in here? No? Oh. Mr. Clean kitchen scrub. So that's what we're going to be using. We're not ready yet. This right here. It's about to give me a little bit of trouble. Maybe let's go down 360. Maybe too hot. Maybe too hot. All right. Turn down the dial a little bit so it doesn't heat up too much through to the other side, and then I think that fixed it. Okay, we have the piece completely wrapped with the hobby came, and I need to find, so my spots point right here. We'll hang the hook, and the piece will hang right here. Doesn't feel too heavy. I feel like, yeah, that'll be fine. Let's get that done. I have jump rings there. Maybe bigger ones. Yeah, they're all right here. I can go with the big one. I can go with these are various sizes. They are, so for sure they're not stainless steel. You cannot solder stainless steel. These are, what are they? I think they were iron base, and then they're coated or something. They shouldn't be coated either. I don't know what it is, but it solders on fine. But copper, zinc, lead. What else is the other one? Iron. Those are materials that will work with your solder, and it will bond to it. Stainless steel will never do. So if you get rings like this, stainless steel will just you'll have solder that blobs over it, but it won't bond to the hoop. So something to think about when you're doing this. You want to just make sure that this is correct, or it is the right jump rings. Copper is the other one. You can do copper onto this quite well. So let's see. That guy, I'm just playing around with the sizes of the rings. Like, you get something like this. It's a little bit beefier. Oh, also, I think I was gonna do let's go for it. Okay, I like to use this stand. It gives me, first of all, we're going with this and this, right? Right there, those 2 points. Clamps down, helps me hold the piece up while I'm soldering it, because it's impossible to stand this thing, you know. So we can do something like that right there. I've got some pliers here. Let's go with So I'll be doing something like this. Get the flux on here, solder, and boom, just push it right down. Okay. A little bit of flux. Oh shit, that's a lot. Well, I think that's okay. All right, here we go. Get that solder on the tip there. It's on there, but we need to add a lot more solder around it. For something like this, I need to make sure that we get full solder all the way around, even spreading it out along the edges here. Give it some more strength. We are gonna cut out in like 30 seconds. So catch that, record it, come back into it. Okay, one side good. All right, 1 hour. I thought we were gonna finish, because probably no way I can get all this done. You know, how the heck? How am I supposed to get this cleaned and finished within what? 30 minutes? Patina and all? Maybe not. Maybe not. I do not want to rush on this part here. This is very crucial in hanging the piece. I don't want to have this thing fall. So let me see if we're hanging it, and it cannot come down. So at this point, I need to make sure that it's on here, solid. So yeah, it's gonna be whatever it is. It's gonna take time. Just adding this solder here. You know, that is nice right there. Like that. I'm making like a, you know, the solder mound right below the ring, and then it tapers down, spreads out onto the lead cane. That's how I see it being strong. So this looks like it'll be strong enough. Very strong. Okay. Let's try it out. Let's pick it up. I like to do this test. Like if it'll just hold with one hanging spot like this, then you should be strong with two, right? So if anything, the lead will pull this off the glass before this hoop comes off. So I feel like it is very strong. This is not gonna move. Okay. And maybe I can smooth out this front right here just to make it look like it's part of the whole thing. You know? Yeah, jump rings take a long time. One of the hardest things that I found when doing the soldering. They don't land the way you want it to, and then they also don't. There's many times when I drop the ring, trying to balance it onto here and stuff. So there's a lot of work goes into this. Well, clearly. All right, so that feels really good. There's probably better ways to do this with different attachments. You know, let's say you did a copper wire, you can hoop it or get a wire, loop it around, and have both ends going out. Solder that. I think that would be excellent as well for strength. But again, for now, seriously, this is it's good. Pretty strong. Okay, and this piece is not that heavy. Like it looks really heavy. If this was made out of lead, full lead, it would be a different story. I think it would be much heavier. All right, so we got this right there, and we're gonna do the other piece, the other ring, right over here. Okay, same deal. Go at it. Got my with this needle nose pliers. Also the closed hoop, the closed portion where they come together, the ring comes together, I'm soldering that down so that is all closed off fully. Not leaving it to the open side. Maybe I need to. All right, maybe that is even. It's gonna be as sometimes too, lining it up, getting it straight that's the hardest part too, you know. Then you gotta move it, work on it, get it to the other side. I'm still adjusting it. All right, let's just go for it. Now that it's mounted, adding solder to it. All right, good. Yeah, I guess this video should be called an hour of jump ring soldering or something. I don't know. We're not going to get to the patina. Damn. Because I can't rush through this. I hope this isn't boring. At the very least, if you are trying to do jump rings, you can kind of see the real process, what you need to do. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, wrong side, wrong side. I definitely have a lot more solder on this side. Let's try to match it. I mean on the other side. Let's try to match it. Well, at least today, at the very least, I will have to clean this piece. So, possibly possibly getting to that point, I don't know. Should. How's that? To that. Okay. Okay. Let's test it out. Hang it. Good. We're going to be hanging off these 2 points, and it's plenty strong here. So we got that. Just like that. Very cool. Almost done, almost done. Soldering is done. That's it. Right? I got checking all the joints. Felt like it was good from here. I didn't need to mess with it. Flip it over. Okay. Dang. All right, let's clean it up. I'm gonna wrap everything up here, clean up all the stuff, and then we're gonna be washing this piece right now. Back with this scrubber right here. So it's supposed to just get a little bit, get it damp, you know, and go ahead and just go for it. Scrub away, I guess. Shouldn't it be soapy, foaming up and everything? I think it'll start to do that. It's probably too watery right now. This is scrubbing all the black. Look at the pad is turning fully black here. So in a good way, because that means it's taking off. I thought, you know, I thought it was supposed to bubble a little bit more. Maybe There we go. Whoa, all right. I was using like the old side. Holy crap. All right, guys, so this is what it's supposed to be like, right? So naturally soaping it up. And as I'm cleaning it, I can see that the solder lines are getting much shinier actually on each of the lines here. So making sure that I get a good scrub for all of it, including the lead. Why not? But mostly doing a real clean, good cleaning of our solder lines here. I see how it's foaming up, only just at some of the, I used this once before, and that was on just this back piece right here, so trying to move it around some more, get some more soap on it. But this should be enough for our entire piece here, front and back, right? You gotta put work into it. It's elbow grease. Yeah, you can see the solder lines just getting really clean. Feels like it's super, super shiny here. This is gonna be great for our patina. So we're cleaning it up. And from when I did it last time, what I remember, I rinsed this off straight in my sink. So I will be doing that. I know some people, others will mention that you don't wash it after this. Once you scrub it, you might just, I don't know, you have to use like distilled water or something else other than tap water, because whatever's in your tap water can have contaminants, and it could affect the patina. So I'm lucky, I guess. Last time it turned out really dark and black, and so I don't think I'm worried about my tap water messing up this piece. So I will be rinsing it off, but otherwise I feel like you can go ahead and spray some quick clean, or I don't know, maybe do distilled water, clean it off that way, so you have like the cleanest type of water rinsing this thing off. But we're gonna clean this side. Man, this is some good shoulder work. I don't know why it's in the shoulders right now, but it is. Yeah, you see the changes on the solder? Very shiny. Looking good. Taking off all this, the flux, mainly flux residue. This piece is probably the biggest I want to do for a while. I know people do a lot bigger pieces, but this was involved. Did a lot. Did I get everything? Is this everything here? If so, let's go clean this off again, come back and dry this up, or I'll rinse this off. I'll be right back. So I'm back with the piece, just dried it off, washed it off, and then dried it off now. It looks really good right now. It is very shiny, and I'm tempted to actually just leave it alone and not touch it. So my question to you is, should I leave the silver or should I do it black? Do the black patina. It's easy to imagine right now because you're seeing it in the silver, and it looks really good like this, and we can leave it with the raw lead came here, and actually going over it with that Mr. Clean sponge gave it a nicer shine to it too. So that's kind of bringing out the shine to the lead itself, which is really nice. The solder itself is gleaming. We haven't even put wax on it. This will look, I guess a little bit better too for sure with the wax and the polishing of it. So yeah, silver or black, let me know down in the comments, please. I want to pause this for now because I don't know, if I do it black, I can't take it back. I mean, you can, but you'll have to scrub it off. So I think this is maybe the right time to pause it. And as much as I wanted to show you guys the patina, to get to that stage and see it change color, it's just, I don't know. It looks like it might be good here because the colors are so faint and it's light. So overall, it just kind of looks like it goes well together. I know black can all go with anything, black lines and everything, but I'm gonna ask you guys that, just let me know, and I think the votes that we get on it, if you want to see the patina, if there's more people that say let's do the black patina, I'll come back and do this patina and finish it up, or leave it alone. If you guys like it like this, we'll finish it up right here. Yeah, let me know. So I wanted to go over the comments. So here it is. Benny Hume, thanks for the shout out. Back watching again, very relaxing and enjoyed watching. Hey, Benny, again, what's up? Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Ron, I love watching your videos. I'm learning a lot, especially the art of taking one's time. I tend to be so impatient. I think I have to finish everything in a hurry. I just finished a small piece, practice your technique of not rushing, found it to be more enjoyable. Thanks. 70 Ronzo. Hey, so, yeah, I think it's best if we just take our time, and as long as it takes, because, you put your heart into it and work into it, feeling great about it all and no missteps. You can't really mess it up if you take your time, and you'll find wherever those mess ups are, you can just fix it right then instead of come back to it later. And I think that's probably worth the slowness of everything. We do rush through our lives for everything. So anyways, yeah, I'm glad you're doing some cool stuff. Bobby Schneider, is it cold in your workshop? You have a hat and jacket. Does the temp of your shop affect soldering? First of all, yeah, it's I always wear a beanie, a hat or something, and it is pretty cold. Like, this garage is not insulated. It's exactly the same temperature as outside. When I'm working here lately, it's been about in the 50s, mid 50s, low 50s. So a little bit cold, I get cold easily too, so it's nice to have to warm myself up, and I don't have like a heater or anything in here. The temperature definitely affects the soldering, affects the glass as well. So if you're breaking glass, when it's warm, it'll break nice and easy. It'll flow and follow the lines. When it's cold, it can do random stuff. And so sometimes people heat up the glass before they break it just so they can get a better break cut from the glass. The soldering, I think it affects it. I haven't really noticed too much of it, but I mean, definitely if you're moving along and things are heating up, it's going to stay hotter longer. And so, if it's hot or if it's cold, it'll cool down faster. But that tip and the iron, everything's working well right there at that spot. So there's going to be a little play of trying to figure it out while you're in the studio in your garage if it's a hot day versus a cold day. And we're talking like more extreme temperatures. So definitely temperature affects everything we do here. M. Sullivan, do you have an episode on digital design. I have Procreate, but not sure how to get the lines the right size. I'd love to see your design process. Um, yeah, you know what? I haven't really messed with designs too much. When I have drawn it up, I would just draw it on paper, cut it up, and then go for it. Most of my pieces will grow and adjust a little bit here and there, and most of the designs are free form, free flowing designs. So when each piece grows, they all grow together, and that's fine. So say something like this. If each piece was slightly large but all proportionally together enlarged, then the whole piece grows, and that's fine if you're not limited to, you know, trying to make this the perfect size of what it is. But if you had it in a frame, that's where you'll run into trouble. And so Procreate, I haven't used it. I would love to learn it, but I'm trying to remember I don't have the information of what the line thickness is supposed to be. Your best bet is to design something with the thickness of the lines, print it out and cut it up and see how that piece turns out, and if the line matches, the final product matches what you wanted. So then you can adjust the line to that. If I remember that size, I will let you know. I may have written it down at some point, but I haven't designed enough to have that available. Therese, hey, I love this piece. I also really like the silver, but that's just me. So, Therese, you already answered the question, so you're one vote. I got a silver for one. Anybody else want black, silver? Let me know. Tempting to just leave it because I could end it and there's less work. We're done. We just have to wax it. It'll be easy from here. Trevor, it's looking good. Thanks for sharing the knowledge. Right here. Hopefully you guys are learning something. Octopus on the roof. What if you run into an imperfection while scoring the glass and it stops or jumps? This is on another video. But if you score and it skips on you because of the bump in the glass, just come back to where it stopped scoring and pick up from there and continue on. It's not the end of the world. Everybody freaks out about it being, you know, like you can't score over the same line, all this stuff, but it's going to happen, and it could happen, so don't worry about it. Just try to match that ending of where it stopped and then start from there, continue on. When you do the break, it might not flow past that. Something might happen there, but most likely if it's very close and it's just touching it, it'll just continue to flow. You might have a little glass to grind right there. It's not going to be a perfect break, but you know, depending on the size, the shape and line of it, everything, the best you can do is just pick up from where you left off and continue on. Herb, hey, hello again from Connecticut. Yeah, just watch episodes 4 and 5 back to back. Project's looking terrific. I admire how meticulous you are with everything. I can learn a lot from that. Can't wait to see the next stages. Keep up the good work. Fantastic cabinet. Freaking love that cabinet. It's amazing. And Herb, again, catching up today. Shout out. I love hearing your story. Really glad you do what you do and that you enjoy sharing with others your trials and tribulations. It's enjoyable to watch and learn and listen to your stories. Next best thing to being there in person. Man, thank you very much. I appreciate that so much. I'm looking forward to watching the next episode, which has already been published. Keep it up. You are appreciated. Herb, thank you so much. That's what I do here. Hopefully helps you guys, and also now that I'm getting feedback directly from you and you know, comments like that, it means so much to me. So I will continue to do what I do, even if it's just for us here, a couple of people. You know, it feels good. I really enjoy this time here. AA, same. Well, that's something else. Carmen Vargas, thank you for your demonstration. Maya, watching from Tbilisi, Georgia. Hey, that's Georgia, like the country. Far away from here, somewhere. Middle East, East Europe or something. Middle East. Somewhere, but hey, You're here from far away. Yeah, that's you guys are awesome. I have some great comments. I got great viewers. That's all I can ask for. Like, as a channel, still consider myself like a small channel, getting, not that many views at all, but getting these comments means more than getting hundreds of thousands of views and just getting hate comments or whatever comments that comes with it. So it's excellent. All right, let's wrap it up. What do you think, silver or black? Let me know. I'll talk to you guys next time, and if the vote is enough, we'll do patina. But if not, I'll leave it alone, and this is the end of it. This is the end of the project. You would need to wax this, polish it up, and hang it. This is it. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me this whole time for this project. I'll see you guys next time.